Light, do you understand your role now? You must lift the shackles that bind people's hearts and save their souls. The more souls you save, the more Aradia you can harvest. That is crucial because it means buying the world more time.
What do you want now?
I've come to help you remember what you've lost. Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about, okay? You woke up from your crystal sleep with God's voice in your ear. He said you had to be the savior. But part of what made you lightning was missing, leaving a big empty hole in your heart.
Yeah, that's how it feels. It's like I've forgotten something important, something that I need.
Huh? Really? I thought you'd deny it. But it's okay. I'll help you remember.
Indestructible crystal. Even in the sea of chaos, it never loses its shine. I will become an eternal epitaph. Your memory will survive for eternity within a crystal tomb. This shall be my legacy and my atonement. But most of all, my final hope.
You wanted to protect her, so you fell into that crystal sleep. You became a tomb for a memory, a moment frozen in time, with Sarah's soul cocooned inside. So tell me, Lightning, where do you think Sarah is now?
Yes. I remember now. She was there, in my heart. I had her memories. They were inside me. I took them into the crystal. She was with me then. We should have been together the whole time.
Right. Now you're catching on. So, the hole in your heart?
Sarah's soul. That's what I'm missing.
And you know who took it out, don't you? Benevelza did when he woke you up to do his bidding. He must have messed with your memories too, and tried to make you forget about it.
And so he had the perfect motivation. Or should I say hostage. He's gonna hold on to her until I've done what he wants.
Oh, I don't know if he thought it out that far. He's not very good with human emotions, that god of yours. Maybe he just threw her soul away and let it be swallowed up by the chaos.
But he promised me. He said as long as I did what I was told, he'd bring Sarah back to me. If he lied, then I don't care if he is a god. I'll destroy him.
Now that's more like the old Lightning. But do you really think you can take on a god?
Well, I wouldn't bet against me. I might have found a way to shut him down. A last resort if all else fails.
You've been brewing up contingency plans. Sneaky, Lightning. Very sneaky.
I haven't made up my mind yet. This world is finished. Soon it'll be gone forever. And Benevelza is the only one who can build us a new one. When he's done, then I'll decide.
So you'll play his game for as long as it takes to build the new world. Then you'll sit in judgment on him, you'll betray him and destroy him and steal the new world he labored to build. Is that your plan? I love it. Turning on God and making him a pawn in your own game. It's audacious. Oh, but little Hope is going to be so disappointed. He really does trust you, you know, and you're going to betray him. Oh, you did think about that, didn't you? You turn on God, you turn on Hope. Are you ready for that? Do you have it in you to fight him? Are you really prepared to kill Hope?
You think I'm not?
You answered a question with a question. That's an evasion. Got ya. But it's not a big deal. It looks like Hope and talks like Hope, but it isn't Hope anymore.
Are you saying he's a fake?
Sorry, but the only fake I know is Sarah.
Look, if you're gonna talk nonsense, this conversation is over. I've got better things to do.
Fine, Lightning. Let me make it all clear. Look around you and see the lies. The Sarah you talked to is a lie. Hope in his arc is a lie. How long is it going to take before you wake up? Before you realize that maybe, just maybe, you're a lie too.
There's a popular theater in Utah.
I hope you can make everyone... You did a fantastical job, Lightning!
Be careful not to stray from the main trail. Are you taking the...
This stop, Dead Dunes.
I'm afraid that this is your stop.
Just so you know,
Lightning.
the trains were running.
It doesn't look like anyone else got off here but you.
Well, this is a shock. A tourist?
You could say that.
Hate to break it to you, but there's nothing worth seeing in this desert. There are some ruins out there, but they ain't the type that any decent folks should go to.
Why not? Are they dangerous?
They're just breeding grounds for monsters. Well, that and home to some legendary treasure or something. The vessel that'll summon the souls of the dead and open the door to the afterlife. They call it the Holy Clavis.
Summon souls, you said? That's promising.
Bunch of nonsense if you ask me. Not that the bandits or the Order will ever give up on it, though. They've been searching for that thing forever. I don't recommend diving into those ruins for some fairy tale. Not if you don't want those bandits on your back for invading their territory.
Thanks for the warning.
Why don't you find those bandits' headquarters and see what they know? I'm sure they'll have information about the ruins and Clavis. This is just a guess, but I would imagine that most of the people living here in the desert are bandits in search of treasure. After all, why would anyone choose to live in a place like this without a good and lucrative reason?
You again? You don't have a lot of friends, do you? It's okay. I'll be your friend. fragments were scattered all over the world, not just the wildlands. You'll have to search every nook and cranny in the world to find them.
Color me surprised. I have some kind of luck to find a customer clear out here. Thank you.
There ain't no... This has turned into a real fool's errand. I came in with a head full of dreams, but empty of sense. Thought I'd start a new market in the desert. And just look at me now. Hey, are you part of Monoculus? Not that it matters to me. Buy something, would you? Appreciate it.
I've looked into that clavish for you. Apparently, it's an artifact that's thought capable of drawing the souls of the dead to it. That's about all we know. It seems the Order has been trying hard to recover the relic. In recent years, they've dispatched several parties of seculars to the desert.
But they haven't had any luck, right? It seems like the Order isn't the only one interested either. The bandits also want it.
Yes, the bandits that call this desert home. They make a living by taking what they can from the ruins and selling their finds.
Are they bandits or grave robbers? I don't know how much this clavis is worth, but if it can be used to gather souls, it sounds pretty handy for a savior.
Yes, it's the only artifact of its type in the world. If the Order is willing to spend so many resources searching for it, it's probably worth finding. Light, you've got to draw back. There's no sense in trying to push through this sandstorm. The way was completely blocked by that sandstorm. You should be able to get through once the winds die down a bit.
Welcome! You do know of Tobias' store, don't you? If you're looking for the greatest merchant in the desert, that would be my master Tobias. Not that there are many rivaling businesses out here to challenge him, of course. See me anytime. What'll you have? See me anytime.
settlement nearby is probably the bandit gang's base. They should know something about the Clavis, considering how much time they've spent in the ruins. But be careful if you go in there. There's at least one settlement here in the desert. Hopefully, you'll be able to rest up there. But it seems like it's the bandits' base. They may not exactly welcome a stranger like you.
Well, considering how they've been tracking me, I don't think I'll need to introduce myself.
So, you noticed? Yes. It looks as though they've been keeping an eye on you, ever since you set foot in their desert.
Let them. We'll meet face to face soon enough. Is this the arithmometer? It doesn't seem to be working.
Settlement is just over there. You've had to take quite the long way around, haven't you? If it weren't for that sandstorm, you would have been here in no time. You're nearly to the settlement now. I'm sure that you're looking forward to a bit of rest. But I wouldn't let your guard down if I were you. I would guess that everyone living there is part of the bandit gang.
So don't be surprised if I wake up at knife point, is that it? Fine by me. It'd give me an excuse to beat some information out of them.
You'd use yourself as bait? Just for that? I guess that's just like you. But don't let yourself get hurt, okay?
You know we're the only shop in the desert. I don't barter. You got that? Hey, what's with the sourpuss? You don't have a complaint about my fine assortment now, do you?
It's good enough, I suppose.
Go on! I don't need some uppity tourists making demands. Go somewhere else if you don't like my wares. Go on, get!
If you insist, I will. You're not the only merchant around.
That's where you're wrong, Missy. Far as I know, this is the only shop in the desert. There was one other fella, but he couldn't cut it. Lost all his drive to sell out here. When that happens, well, That's the same as death to a salesman.
So, what made him give up?
Damn fool. He bet his dreams on the desert, that's what. Poor old Ramon. He thought he'd make a real name for himself out here, selling to adventurers. But in the end, he lost sight of his dream and his business.
Sounds good for you, though he doesn't seem like he was much of a rival anyway.
Shut it! You don't know the first thing about him.
Didn't mean to offend you. What's there to get so worked up about anyway?
Nothing. Not a damn thing. It's just like you say. He was nothing at all. It's not like he'd ever been a threat to my business anyway. No, not Ramon. I'm done talking about him. If you want to know more, ask him yourself. You'll find him near that old camp at the giant sandbox.
He was a pretty strange guy, wasn't he? But if he's really the only merchant around like he says, then I guess you'll have to count on him for help. Unless, of course, you want to find out for yourself about that Ramon fellow.
I've been surveying the desert all these long years. But I have been completely flummoxed by those cursed tablets.
Unusual to see a traveler around these parts. This is Ruffian, the only settlement in the desert. It used to be a real town once, but most people have gone and given up on the bandit life. We're all that's left.
What's this? A tourist, eh? If you really want to get any of us to talk, you better go see Addons first.
It appears that you aren't one of those secutors from the Order. The secutors are the greatest rivals that this gang has. Not that either side is particularly close to getting the Holy Clavis anytime soon. They'll never get it if they can't get that door unsealed.
So you're the new seed hunter, huh? The job isn't easy, let me tell you. I've warned you. But seeing you're out here in the land of outlaws and bandits, I'm guessing you can hold your own. Once you've got your hands on some soul seeds, track one of us down. We pay good money for them, don't you worry. And then we sell them to rich folks to make a huge profit. It's win-win. Looks like you had yourself. Nice job. So, are you interested in hearing a story I have for you? Everyone knows that in this world, new life isn't born anymore. But chaos gives birth to monsters, and plants and animals still flourish. It's just mankind that has stopped reproducing. We're the only ones kicked out of the circle of life. Now, there was a scientist couple who suddenly got it into their heads to change the world's natural ways. They figured they could use the soul seeds to create new human life. Their experiment was a rather simple one. They filled a jar with amniotic fluid and tried to make a baby. Well, a homunculus to be exact. What were they thinking, huh? They managed to create life, but it wasn't anything human, not even close. The monstrosity killed the man. The woman managed to survive, but just barely. They went against God and his ways, and that was their punishment, plain and simple. You can find the woman in these parts sometimes. She's no scientist anymore, though. I think her name was Mal, or something like that. Only the four of us are interested in...
So, you better come again.
The buildings here are ancient structures from another age. I don't know whether to call this a town or a fortress.
Where'd you come from?
Well, would it really matter if I were?
No. I'm not gonna tell you a thing either way, so you might as well move on.
Guess I should have known better than to ask some lowly grunt. You're no help to me. Where's the boss?
If you think you're gonna get to meet our boss, you'd better learn to ask nicely.
Did I hurt your feelings? Excuse me, but would you do me the great honor of showing me the way to your boss? Please.
I don't have no help to spare for strangers. Find the boss yourself.
I'd say definitely criminal is closer. At least there's not much of a dress code, other than looking like a thief.
That kid just gives you the creeps. You know what I mean?
What are you doing?
Nothing much. Just gilling my sputs for hall to ear. Dutter do youing, wum-ass.
Hope, can you interpret this for me?
It seems to me like it's some kind of code or cipher, but I don't have enough data yet to break it.
Can't you speak normally?
Show nit. Of course I can. Look, I don't have any info about any treasure if that's what you're looking for. I've got no interest in it. Buffet to you.
Doesn't seem like many people choose to live out here unless they're after treasure. So, what's your story?
Meave be Lee. The world's going to end soon anyway, right? If that's the case, what's the point in having dreams or working hard?
So sitting around waiting for the end was the best idea you could come up with. Nice way to spend your last days.
Well, yeah, it's boring, but nothing I do now makes any sort of difference anyway, so why bother? No matter how much I might unravel mysteries of the past, none of these bandits care. They don't even listen to my findings. Troen even nice to understand.
I get that it's hard to stay motivated when no one appreciates what you do.
I'd say so. If you get it, why are you giving me a hard time? Just leave me alone. I'm done with all of it. I ditched all my equipment in the desert. If you find any of my old things, they're yours. Take them away with you.
I think I may just do that. They deserve better than getting tossed aside by some sulking, spoiled kid.
Take them, 10.
It's a big desert, you know. Do you really expect to find his things out there in the middle of nowhere?
I'd better be able to. After what?
Go Meave Lee.
Why, hello. Looks like it's your first time to our humble home. Welcome. Do you need a guide?
That's exactly what I need. That and some answers to a few questions I have.
A woman who knows what she wants. Fire away and I'll do my best.
Rumor has it that you bandits might be able to tell me about the Holy Clavis.
So you know who we are. From what I can tell, you don't look like one of those order lackeys, so what possible use could you have for the Clavis?
Why should I have to tell you that?
You shouldn't, and you don't. You're not one of us, so you can do whatever you want. But I won't be telling you nothing. If you want to know what we know about the Clavis, you'll just have to join our gang, Monoculus. Have you ever wanted to be a bandit? Now's your chance. Not that we let just anyone join us. But we'll at least let you try out. If you don't like that, then I think you know where the exit is. And that's all I've got to say about this. Name's Addons, by the way. If you want to attempt the trial, just say the word. I'll explain everything you need to know.
If you want to find the Holy Clavis, it looks like there might not be much choice but joining up. I suggest talking to Addons and finding out what his trial entails.
You ready to see if you've got what it takes to join Monoculus? Oh, made your decision, have you? Then let me explain what you'll have to do. There's a giant sandstorm in the desert. You've seen it, right? It's been causing us nothing but grief out here, to say the least. Make it stop. That's your test. Off you go.
Make it stop? The wind? Do you want a bandit or a holy woman?
Oh, fine. Make me explain it all. Look, that thing's not exactly natural. People call it God's wrath. It's magic or a curse or something. If you can trigger the stone monument near it, you should be able to control it, including making it go away.
If you know that, why haven't you taken care of it, instead of asking a stranger?
What, you think a human can control the weather? That's just crazy talk. Now go and give it your all. Best of luck. Beat the monster near the stone monument, and you'll get the key that activates it. And that's the last freebie you'll get from me.
So if you want into the bandit gang, you'll have to defeat a monster, get a certain key, and somehow use that monument to stop God's wrath.
Hearing what Addons had to say about it didn't sound like anything a normal person could do.
You're right, it's not a very fair trial. But then again, you are the savior. Doing what regular people can't comes with a job, right? That must be it. Addons' monster. The question is, does it have the key?
Let's hope that it does. But I'll have to beat it to find out. And now I get to be a bandit, too. Is this the key? Is this how you activate that monument?
That's the theory, yeah. It's called a crux and it's supposed to fit right into the monument and switch it on somehow. But not just for anyone. According to all the tales, only those chosen by God can make them work.
It doesn't seem dangerous. I think it's just reacting to your power.
Well, don't tell me. You can actually make it work? Well, shoot. I never thought you'd be able to do it. So you're the real deal. You actually got the crux to do its thing. Guess the boss was right. As usual, you've got some strange kind of power that the rest of us just don't.
Your boss? I don't remember being introduced.
You haven't, but we've been keeping tabs on you ever since you stepped off the train at the station. But I suppose I should let the boss explain the rest in person. 'Cause, honestly, I don't want to get blamed for spilling the wrong things.
So does that mean I'm in?
I said the boss will explain in person, didn't I? You think just anyone gets in to see her? Welcome to the gang. You are now officially part of Monoculus.
Light, you've stopped the winds and opened up a new route. This will make for a great shortcut to the bandit settlement. It looks like Adonis wasted no time in using your new shortcut. Why don't you follow his lead and head back to meet the bandit boss? The bandit gang was watching you from the very beginning. It seems like they were just waiting for the right time to talk to you. So the leader of the Monoculus gang saw through to your true power. It looks like you might still have some challenges ahead of you, Light.
Good job again on the trial. Impressive. You ready to go meet the boss now? Here she is, boss. The new recruit with the crazy powers. It was just like you said, the crux lit up like a candle.
Perfect timing. Huh? Glad you could make it. Took you long enough, didn't it?
Fang.
What? No hugs and tears for an old friend? Not like I'd expected, though. If you'd shouted Fang and hugged me, I might have had a heart attack on the spot.
Yeah, you guys know each other.
But I'm glad to see you're still the same. It's been a long time, after all. Though I guess a part of you has changed. You're more than just human now. You're on a mission from God now. Right, Savior?
So you know who I am.
Isn't it nice not having to explain things? Yeah, I heard all the stories hanging out with the God Squad in Luxurion. They love talking about their savior.
You were with the Order, but ditched them to come out here to be a gang leader.
Those priests aren't exactly my kind of people. I stuck around to look after Vanille, but then something else came up. I'm after the Clavis now. It's been sealed away for ages, though, and no one's got even close to it. I was beginning to think I'd have to give up. But then you came along and worked your magic with that crux. How about we team up? I want to get that Clavis before the Order does. Help out a friend, Lightning?
How could I refuse an old friend? It'll be like old times, right?
All right. I'll show you what we have on the ruins. We've got lots to talk about. Like what the Order is up to. And Vanille, too. Anyway, we've got ourselves a deal. If you're going into those ruins, I'm coming too. We'll get that holy Clavis, and take down anyone that gets in our way.
So the boss turned out to be someone you knew, Erba Yun Fang. You once fought alongside her many years ago.
You do realize that you did too, right? Yet you sure make it sound like it has nothing to do with you.
Well, yes, we did fight together once. A long, long time ago.
We found the entrance in an area. It's near that one. I'm pretty sure we did.